The Earth is said to be a miracle planet, probably because no other planet in the vast universe has so many forms of life. But why was life created only the Earth? The Earth has nurtured life and protected our lives through a number of miracles. If humans exacerbated environmental problems, many natural balances will be upset. Incredible miracle of the Earth. Thanks to the miraculous creation of the oceans, a wide variety of life forms have existed on Earth until now. When the Earth was first born, it was covered by magma. Small celestial bodies collided with the Earth many times. Once upon a time, 4.6 billion years ago, the Earth's surface was covered with an ocean of magma from melting rocks. A primordial atmosphere of steam, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and other gases covered the sky. When the Earth's temperature suddenly dropped, water vapor contained in the primordial atmosphere turned into rain and began to fall on the ground. Entire Earth becomes an area of heavy rainfall. This heavy rainfall continues for nearly 1,000 years, giving rise to the primordial sea, the basis of the present sea. Later, the acid seawater gradually dissolved calcium, iron, sodium, and other elements on the Earth's surface and became the neutral seawater we see today. The ocean is now thought to be approximately 4.6 billion years old. Exquisite position and orbit. Earth is the only place in the solar system where water can exist in liquid form. Venus is too close to the Sun for water to turn into vapor. Neptune and Pluto are too far from the Sun and would become ice. Earth's orbit is more circular. It is a stable living environment with a little temperature difference between summer and winter. The Sun provides us with enough light and heat to keep us going. Without the Moon, the Earth's rotation speed would have increased and abnormal weather would have been more frequent. If there are no moon, Earth's axis could not be maintained. Scorching hot and extremely cold days would last for dozens of days, and we would not experience for 4 seasons. Life would not have evolved. The size of the planet is also important for life. If a planet is too large, its gravity is also too large, so it would take on the surrounding gases and becomes a gas planet. Conversely, if the gravity is too small, it cannot sustain an atmosphere. Miraculously, the Earth is large enough to have a stable atmosphere, which made it possible for life to be born. Another condition that makes the Earth a miraculous environment is geomagnetic field. This geomagnetism is responsible for the fact that the magnet pointed to the north. The geomagnetic field acts as a shield over the Earth, softening the effect of the solar wind. The solar wind is constantly blowing toward the Earth. Solar wind gases are blocked by the Earth's magnetic field, do not reach the ground. There are only a few planets in our solar system where a geomagnetic field plays such a role, and the Earth is truly protected by a miracle. We need to be aware that the miraculous condition that balances may be disrupted. We should sort our garbage, conserve energies, and then, when we engage with nature, never overload it. We should make every effort so that the Earth can remain a miraculous planet forever. We make more intelligent AI, manufacturing industry, space development, medicines. They're searching within the data and optimizing the search to get the most relevant result. Logic change for then reasonings that can be applied to execute a strings of commands based on parameters. Pattern detections to identify significant patterns and large data set for unique insights. Applied probabilistic models for predicting future outcomes. Our future will be developed at accelerating rates. But on the other hand, some scientists want that too intelligent AI as possibility to surpass human intelligence and to have their own will to be independent to destroy human. It is possible that AI will identify human as falling bodies of the earth and destroy the human using high-tech intelligence. The purpose of AI is to aid human capabilities and helps us make advanced decisions with far-reaching consequences. That's the answer from the technical standpoint. From a philosophical perspective, artificial intelligence has the potential to help humans' lives more meaningful lives, devoid of hard labor, help manage the complex web of interconnected individuals, companies, states, and nations to function and matter that they beneficial to all of humanity. Currently, the purpose of artificial intelligence is shared by all the different tools and techniques that we've invented over the past 2,000 years to simplify its human effort and to help us make better decisions. Artificial intelligence has also been touted as our final invention, creation that would invent ground, breaking tools and services that would exponentially change how we lead our lives by hopefully removing the strife in inequality and human sufferings. That's all in our far future thought. We are still a long way from those kind of outcomes. Currently, artificial intelligence is being used mostly by companies to improve their process efficiencies, automated resources, heavy tasks, and makes business predictions based on hard data rather than gut feelings. As all technology has come before this, the research development costs needed to be subsidized by corporations and government agencies before it becomes accessible to everyday layman. As a human, we have always been fascinated by technological changes and fictions. Right now, we are living amidst the greatest advancements in our history. Artificial intelligence has emerged to be the next big thing in the field of technology. Organizations across the world are coming up with breaking through innovations to AI and the machine learning. AI is not only impacting the future of every industry and every human beings, but has also acted as a main drivers of emerging technology like big data, robotics, and IT. Considering its growth rate, it will continue to act as a technological innovator for the foreseeable future. Hence, there are immense opportunities for trained and certified professionals to enter a rewarding career. As this technology continues to grow, they will have more and more impact on the social setting and the quality of life. 26 years has passed since World War II. Science and technology have progressed tremendously. We have about 13,000 nuclear weapons in the world. We are on the cusp of the third nuclear age that puts us in uncharted waters. Nuclear weapons never went away. The public just forgot about them. And then, in the past, we associated the nuclear threat with a big mushroom cloud and the devastating bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world needs to understand that their use would very likely entail the kind of bloody strategic consequences that could lead to the mushroom cloud. What Putin's talking about is the lower yield tactical weapons that would likely be based on the battlefield. Even if World War III breaks out, it is unlikely that nuclear weapons will be used. North Korea is still working to perfect its nuclear-tipped missile technology. But each new test pushed it closer to that goal. North Korea has been clearly emulating Putin's approach in his war on Ukraine while using it as a means to accelerate development. Not applicable countries will flop also because of nuclear winter and so on. It is likely that the world will be over. For decades, North Korea has threatened to turn enemy cities into a sea of fire, even as it doesn't work on building a nuclear weapons program that could back up a belligerent, hostile world. Now, as North Korea conducted another tornado run of powerful weapons test and threatening the preemptive nuclear strikes of Washington and Seoul, it may be taking inspiration from the fiery rhetorics of the leader of the nuclear arms, member of the UN Security Council, Russia Putin. After more than 40 missiles are launched this year, its most ever, there are a host of fresh signs that North Korea is becoming more aggressive in making its nuclear bombs the central pieces of the military. Climate change is causing disaster around the world on an unpredicted scale. These disasters are claiming many lives, including human beings, and casting a heavy shadow over the future. And I understand the importance of environmental issue. I now acknowledge the significance of sounding the alarm to society through the books. I know that it is absolutely essential for our own life and the future existing and the extension of the time frames in which we live now. And we can make a direct appeal for this to those who will shape the future. It will be head-on challenges to weave the future with my work in order to make our appeal that my existing and the future. Food, water, health, job, all of these things we need to survive are provided by healthy function global ecosystem. Without them, we humans cannot survive. We ask for support to realize the sustaining society by protecting nature, which benefits all life on Earth as well as human beings. Not a season goes by without a news report of bears coming down from the mountains to villages, damaging crops of the livestock, cows, sheep, frightening residences, topping the shooting. The end of such news stories often create the atmosphere of relief amongst the residents. This is sadly true for those who were actually affected by disaster. However, it is strange for the news media to take a victim-centered attitude. Bear did not come down the mountain for prejudice with malicious intent. The bear were forced to leave the mountains in search of the way to survive after being deprived of the habitat due to the human-induced force stations and running out of food due to natural changes caused by human activity. If a bear had actually appeared in front of them, those who reported the news were even simply the danger size of the bear should be the beginnings of the serious discussion about a new way for humans to coexist with animals and all other living things in the environment.